Hello, and welcome back to another episode of our Daily Games series. I don't know what this is, and I feel like I should. This is a remarkably unique looking country. It honestly looks like a really, really messed up, like, kids drawing of Alaska. Um, you've got the panhandle, or the tail, or whatever you want to call it down here, where Juneau is. Here would be, like, probably like British Columbia, Northwest Territories, and then here would be the main chunk, but obviously Alaska is much bigger, and also US states are not part of Worldle. Um, Other countries with huge tails, like maybe this is an island? That's the only thing I could think of. Like Laos has a big tail, but it doesn't look like this. I don't think. No, we've had Laos on here already, and it's definitely not this. Yeah, the border with Cambodia doesn't look like this. Um, I am very lost. This is not anything in the Americas, at least not continental Americas. It could be an island, like I said. Um, this is not, as far as I can see. Excuse me, I had to cough. This is not, as far as I can see, anything in Africa. Uh, I'm lost. I don't even have a guess. I don't know what to do. It's 100,000,000% bet my life not in Europe. I can tell you that much. Um, unless like Liechtenstein at a macro level looks like this, but again, no, there are islands, so it can't be Liechtenstein. Um, I don't know what to guess. This it's so weird. What in the world? I think this has to be an island country. Maybe no, not Singapore. I don't know. I literally I don't I don't have a guess. Help me, help me, help me. I'm gonna say Myanmar. It's not. No, it can't be right because there's land up here. If this is Myanmar, and these are islands. What is this? This kind of looks like Bangladesh, but then Bangladesh doesn't have this tail. I've never been more confused. I'm not convinced this is a real thing. Maybe Papua New Guinea? That's the only thing I could possibly think of. Is this in Africa? What? Wait, is this Eritrea? And then this would be like Ethiopia. Djibouti would be around here. This would be the not the Persian Gulf, like the Red Sea or whatever the water between Africa and the Arabian Peninsula is. That's the only thing else I could think of. Okay, it is. I did not. I thought Eritrea, like the whole country, was this thin. I did not realize they had this big chunk over here. I thought it was just like a curve like this. Okay, that makes sense. You learn something new every day. And that is right on the edge of the sweet spot here, so I'm willing to do it. 2,500 kilometers. So that was what? I already forgot. Egypt to Belgium, I believe, was around 2,500 kilometers. So we could be looking like Eritrea to Italy. Something like that. We could also be over here, down here, or like over here. Let's go west first to Mali. Wrong direction. Let's go to India. Closer, but okay, yeah, we have to be north or south here. And there's not a whole lot of room to go south unless it's like the Seychelles or Maldives. So I think we're probably more like up around Azerbaijan. Wow, the triangulation. I still have some pretty rough days here on Globle, but that is like a. There was another example of this recently. I think it was Jordan, wasn't it, or something a few days ago, where I figured out the direction and then just out of the blue got it right. I'm getting way better at estimating distances, and I'm getting a lot better at using the information I have. Like, I knew that because Eritrea and India were like the same distance, basically, I had to go north. And that feels good. That feels good. I mean, there's still a lot of luck involved, but our average is back under 6. I feel like that's basically going to be our target for the foreseeable future, is keeping it under 6. Flagle. I have no idea what Azerbaijan's flag looks like. Either Azerbaijan or Armenia have like a very uniquely colored flag. This is neither of those things. This looks like it's in like South Africa or maybe even South America or an island. This kind of looks like Barbados, but I think we've already had Barbados, but we know Flagle repeats. We've had Vietnam and China twice, I think. Barbados has these colors, but I thought it was. I'm 90% sure Barbados has vertical stripes, not horizontal stripes. This is Venezuela or Ecuador. I think this is Venezuela. I always get them backwards. We've had Venezuela on Flagle before. Venezuela, Colombia, and Ecuador all have this exact same flag colors in the exact same order. Colombia has no emblem in the middle. Venezuela and Ecuador have 2 different emblems. I think Venezuela has the stars and Ecuador has like an emblem of some sort. So I'm going to go Venezuela, even though we've already had it. And I also don't know that Venezuela is 1,000 kilometers from Barbados. I feel like it has to be closer than that. Okay, I was right though. I don't remember exactly what the symbol on Ecuador's flag is, but it is not the arc of stars. This, I mean, there's a lot of things it could be here. This isn't the Revenant. I'm pretty sure we've already had the Revenant, but I'm gonna go with that. Is this the girl with the dragon tattoo, maybe? No. What in the world? It's a bunch of people sleeping in like a gym or something like that. That makes me think of like Quo Vadis Aida, which I know it's not because the first picture eliminates that, and then also that kind of movie would not be on here. It's not well known enough. I don't know. Just type something and move on. That's still not helpful. I feel like I'm a pretty safe bet I have not seen whatever this movie is. This kind of looks like at the end of The Shape of Water, where they're like by the drainage thing that leads into this ocean, but I don't think that's right either. Oh my god. Oh my god. Of course! Of course! This is like leading down into their neighborhood. I don't remember snow in Parasite. This is Parasite, by the way. I don't think I said that. Literally, like, you know, maybe the most well-known movie of the last 5 years. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. I saw it in theaters. It's fucking incredible. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. No one talked to me. I hate everything. I'm so beyond embarrassed that I didn't get it on this image, or this image, or this image. Kind of like in descending order. Like, I feel like this is the most obvious, then this, then this. But what the hell is this? Oh, this is at the very end of the movie, and there's the house. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. If you haven't watched Parasite, literally drop. I recommend movies all the time on this video series. I will never recommend a movie as much as I recommend Parasite. It's simply one of the greatest movies of all time. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. I don't know if it's still streaming on Hulu. It was like 2 years ago, but you have to watch it. You have to watch it. Oh my god. Am I watching Parasite after I finish recording this? I honestly might. I own it. I own the Criterion edition. How long is it's like a little over 2 hours. I might watch it if we can get through these last two parts really quickly. We've got Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. So Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, who we've already had, James Franco, J.K. Simmons, Kirsten Dunst. Who else is in Spider-Man? Let's look around. This is not Kirsten Dunst. There would be the Virgin Suicide. I don't think this is James Franco. There's too many movies, and there's no 127 hours. 8.5 music. This is Whiplash. This is J.K. Simmons. Yeah, there's no point in even looking around. This is J.K. Simmons. If I can... You can't figure out that I didn't type the period. That's the fastest we've gotten one of these in a while. We're kind of on a weird streak the last few days. Juno, True Grit. I did not know he was in either of these movies. I almost watched The Account the other day, actually. I saw it on HBO, I want to say. La La Land, amazing. Meh. Incredible. Oh my god. One of the best movies of the last few years. Not as good as Parasite, though, so I can only recommend one movie this episode. Go watch Parasite, but then go watch Palm Springs. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, yeah. The last like decade, he's either been in like some of the best movies of the decade, or he's been in just absolute abject trash. But you know, get that bag, King. I respect it. Hollywoodle. Marlon Brando to Bradley Cooper. Ooh, that could be rough. Or could it? Wait a minute. Has Bradley Cooper been in a movie with Al Pacino or Robert De Niro? I feel like he has to have been with Robert De Niro. Was Robert De Niro in Silver Linings Playbook? I think he was. He was in Limitless for sure with Bradley Cooper. He might have been in Silver Linings Playbook. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure he is. He is. He 100% is. He 100% is. I'm going to go through Silver Linings Playbook just because I like that movie more than Limitless, but I don't love either of those movies. Now, how are we going to get from Marlon Brando to Robert De Niro? It's simple. We're going to start with The Godfather. Not The Godfather Part 2, because Marlon Brando is not in it. Otherwise, that would directly connect us to Robert De Niro, because Robert De Niro was in Part 2, but not Part 1. Marlon Brando's in Part 1, but not Part 2. So we're going to go with The Godfather. Then we're going to go to Al Pacino. Then we are going... There's a lot of ways we could do this. We could go through Goodfellas. I think we could go through Casino. We could go through The Godfather Part 2, which is what we're going to do here. This is one of those, like, super overstated... Not overstated, but, like, over-repeated fun facts. But, just in case you haven't heard it, fun fact... Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro, I believe, are the only two people who have ever won Oscars for portraying the same character. Well, actually, now that's no longer true, I suppose, because of fucking the Joker. So I think Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix both won Oscars for that. So, but Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro both played. Is it Vito Corleone? It's been so long. I need to rewatch the Godfather movies. It's been a long time. But this is Robert De Niro. And then we are going through Silver Linings Playbook. This is a bit of a leap of faith on my part, because I'm 100% sure Robert De Niro is in Limitless with Bradley Cooper, so that would be the smart play. But I'm like 90% sure he's in Silver Linings Playbook, and I want to I want to prove to myself that I do have a movie brain and I know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Thank God. Fuck off with it's an honor just to be nominated. This is by far, I mean, I've only played this game like 3 or 4 times, but this is the best I've done it. So let's view this was the 3rd most popular path. That's not super surprising. I bet Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro were in a movie together of some sort, which would make it even faster. And I just haven't heard of that movie. Okay, apparently they're in a movie called The Score together. I've never even heard of this movie. But congrats to the 25 people who played that. That would make the most sense if you knew about it. Okay, they went through Heat instead of Godfather Part 2, but that is the same path I took, basically. This is... Wait. Oh, it just updated. I must have... They must have been tied, and then I broke the tie. So now my path is now the second most path. Second most popular path. Whatever. I'm dumb. I just realized that I play this game like at midnight, right when it ticks over, so no wonder it's only like 100 people play the game. I was like, I'm pretty sure this game is more popular than like only 100 people on Earth are playing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found out about it over a month ago. But of course, only 100 people are playing. I'm playing like in the first 10 minutes that it's available. Yeah, so people took the same path through Heat. They went through House of Gucci and Lady Gaga. That, I mean, they're fresh on the brain. Those are recent movies, so it makes sense. More people going through the Score, but they went through Limitless instead of Silver Linings Playbook. Through The Irishman. Yeah, I mean, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino have been in so many movies together. There's so many ways you could go about this. Lawrence Fishburne is in Apocalypse Now? What? I did not know that. That's crazy to me. Those feel like two completely different eras of things. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne was around in the 80s, so I guess that makes sense. It wouldn't, that's only... Wait, 2001? Is there like a different version of Apocalypse Now, like a remake? Alright, this is not the original Apocalypse. Wait, this says Marlon Brando. What the fuck? Okay, so either the year is wrong, or they're counting like the Redux as its own movie, which is dumb, because it's not. And Lawrence Fishburne is actually in the original, or something weird's going on that I don't understand, but I don't want to think about that. Through Heat again, but then through Limitless, through The Irishman, through Limitless. Yeah, so it's basically like mostly just different combinations of... There's like three main paths people took. It's either they knew about the Score and went directly through that movie, or they went through one of a billion movies that Robert De Niro and Al Pacino have been in together. So they went like Marlon Brando, Godfather, Al Pacino, then like Heat, Irishman, Godfather Part 2, Casino, whatever you have there. And then they either went through Limitless or Silver Linings Playbook. Seems to be pretty straightforward. That's all we have time for today. If you're enjoying this series, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share. All the normal stuff that I ask you to do. And I will see you guys again next time.